Well, welcome to Woking, Gary, and
Yes.
perhaps not quite the start you'd have liked.
No, not result-wise. You know, I felt that first 45 minutes, it was a very tight encounter. I thought that going into half-time, we probably had the better chances in the first half. We've hit the bar and had a couple of other very good, decent chances, but I'm afraid other days they do go in, but today they never. And we got caught really on the stroke of half-time on a breakaway, and the first goal, I think the way the first half planned out was always going to be an important goal, and they got the break, I'm afraid, and before we got into the second half, we conceded another cheat one, which, as I say, when we look at the two goals, disappointed really. They were cheat goals, but I felt that, you know, over the 90 minutes, it is a case of seeing how some of the players perform. Going forward, you know, we've given them the opportunity today to turn around and show what they can do, and we'll keep our thoughts to ourselves in respect to that until me and Steve Thompson have a chat over the weekend. But, you know, of course, we're going to be looking to fetch one or two in. We need a playmaker bad. You could see that today, and you know, of course, people have made that observation to us. But I think to be fair to players and take the views on board of people, but we certainly need a player in the middle of midfield. But it's got to be the right player. It's also got to be a case of getting that right player, hopefully sooner rather than later. But it is also a case of that, as I say, we've got to turn around and be consistent, which we know going forward with the players. And you know, I look at the 90 minutes today and think to myself that there is things to work with there, but there's also things which I think we can improve on with the playing squad we got. But I think also as well that there might have to be a little bit of, you know, one or two going out on loan, and of course hopefully getting one or two in.
Obviously, you mentioned that we probably very much shaded the first half and looked youthful and had those two opportunities, and then gave away that sucker goal just before half-time. And did that force you to change your half-time team talk at all? I think
you're. Let's be honest, whoever you are, I think as a manager going into half-time away from home, 6 points off the top. 6 points clear at the top, playing Braintree, and going in there where a game, as I say, in the first 45 minutes it had went well. Of course it changes it to a certain amount, but you can see, you know, that people a little bit nervous, feel a little bit, you know, down, if we want to use them words, feeling sorry for themselves that we conceded on the stroke of half time, and all of a sudden, like, we're two down, and for 10 or 15 minutes after they'd scored, we were under the cosh a little bit, rode our luck a little bit, come through that spell. But then I thought we showed a bit of character again. The last 20 odd minutes, I felt that you know, we had a little look at Sam Hurrell come on, and Craig Falconbridge come up front. You know, it wasn't a case of being 2-0 down at that time and sitting back and saying, well, let's keep it down to 2. We went 3-4-3. And they say sometimes fortune favours the brave, but we've tried to. And to be honest with you, there was a couple of little ricochets that didn't quite go our way in the box. And all of a sudden, if you get that little bit of luck and one goes in, it makes it a little bit nerve-wracking for the home team at that time. So, as I say, we come in, we've learnt a little bit more today, and Thurrock Tuesday won't be easy. They're going well now. It's going to be hard. So we've got to take the games as they come along and work with the players what we got. Them players have got to turn around and show us that they want to be here in respect to the commitment. And I think that from a management's point of view, what you do ask of any player is that when they put a shirt on, they go out there and they put the effort and the commitment, whether a good game or a bad game. I don't come in at 4:45 tonight and turn around and say there was players going through the motions. I think everybody on the day, whether they had a good and whether they had a bad and whether there's room for improvement, can certainly turn around and say, Gaffer or Woking supporters, and good numbers travelled down here, good numbers, and appreciate their support. Getting behind the team, they know it's a window now between now and the end of the season to turn around and hopefully improve things going forward. But, you know, good numbers here today, which I'm very grateful for, and appreciate the support as well as Steve Thompson and the players.
Lovely, thanks very much, Gary.
You're welcome.